Hi, I'm Angie, founder of the Small Business Kit, and today I just want to run through with you some quite simple but incredibly effective time management tips. So often we're trying to run a business on our own, we're trying to run the household, we're trying to pay the bills, do the shopping, we've got to be in our business an accountant, a marketer, a salesperson. And it's like, wow, I can't fit it all in. I just can't cope. And we become overwhelmed and we start procrastinating because we've got so much to do. We just don't know where to start. So a few of my tried and tested tips. So the first thing is you need to be planning. It's that old adage, plan to fail, fail to plan. So plan your month, plan your week, and plan your day. Okay. And what I do is I map out my month in advance and I think, okay, what do I need to be doing this month? And the accounts have to be done monthly, so I will block some time out. I will get my calendar and look at it and say, okay, I'll do the monthly accounts. I need to do marketing. Well, that needs to be done weekly, so I put some weekly blocks into my calendar. And then I will take anything else like client contact, chasing up prospects. That needs to be done on a weekly basis. But actually map out different things. I do training for myself, so that could be fortnightly, and again I will block it out as to exactly what I need to be doing. So I've got my month and my week mapped out. Then what I do on a daily basis is take no more than 3 items. I have a list. I am the list queen. I have lists for everything. And I will say to myself, okay, just 3 items a day. And you might say, hang on a minute, but I've got 20 things I need to get done today. Well, if you start your day with 20 things, do you know what you're going to do? You're going to look at it and you're going to say, oh my God, I don't know where to start. And you start switching between them. Should I do this one or that one? And what ends up happening, you spend more time keep flicking through your list trying to decide what to do than actually getting on and doing something. So I will choose 3 priority items. Now the priority will depend upon if there's a deadline. So if I'm running a workshop the next day, hopefully I'd have done my prep work beforehand, but let's say I haven't, I'm running a workshop the next day, I've got no prep done for it, that will be my key because there's a time issue there. I've got to go prepared. It could be that you've got a show coming up and you've got to make products to take to a show and the deadline's coming up, so there's a time thing. But then if you're not on a time deadline, prioritize and think about what's going to make you money and what's not. Because we can very easily slip into that, well, I'll tweak my logo. I'm the world's worst. I'll play around with the colours and the fonts on my website because that will bring me in loads of income, won't it? No, to be honest with you, it won't. It will look attractive and gain attention, but actually picking up the phone or getting in contact with 5 prospects is a money-making activity. Playing around with your logo, it's a nice thing to do. So you get your top 3 priorities and you clear those. Nothing else. You close off distractions and you just get them done. And when they're done, fantastic. You can then go and choose one of your nice to do but not 100% necessary tasks, like playing around with your website. Okay. And what I do also, let's say I've got a list, and if you don't want to stick to 3 and you want to have 20 on there, this is a real key thing for you. So you have your list. Get everything done, that's fine. Do a nicey thing. Reward yourself with something nice to do. If you get to the end of the day and you haven't completed anything on your list, you simply get, I'm looking for my red pen here, but I've got my nice orange one, look. Oh, nice orangey pen. I have got a big red pen somewhere, but it doesn't really matter. And I put a dot next to it. And so I'll call this that I'm giving my list the measles. So anything that gets rolled over to the next day that's not completed, I'll put a red dot next to it. And if it gets rolled over again For a second day, it gets another dot, so it gets 2 dots. Now, if I get to something and it's got 3 dots against it, I've actually got to think, is this now high priority and it's got to be the first thing to be done? Or is it something that doesn't really need to be done? And just get it off my list. I either do it or I delete it. Anything with 3 dots, it's been rolled over for 3 days. It was put as priority, so it's do it or delete it. Yeah? Okay. Then at the end of each day, and this helps me sleep, and my other ladies have told me it helps them as well. You get to the end of the day and you actually prepare your 3 items for the next day. So you can go to bed and not think, what have I got to do tomorrow? I can't remember. Is it this? Is it that? You plan your next day the evening before. At the end of your working day, clear as much away as you can, tidy your office, and then log down your 3 priority items. Okay? By sorting that, it really clears your mind for you. So next thing, and this is a really difficult one, and it probably took me over nearly 2 years to really nail this one. Set out your working hours. You will be more productive if you have working hours. Now, it's your business. You can work whenever you want. You can get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and start work. You can not work in the mornings and just work in the evenings if you want. It's up to you. But have a cut-off time. Because otherwise we get into this danger of, I've just got to do one more thing. I've just got to do one more thing. And we end up exhausted. And we end up, oh, I've got such a headache. And you start to resent your work. So treat your business like a business, not a hobby that can be just slotted in anywhere. Have office space if you can. I know it's not easy for everybody, but if you can, and you check in for your work and then you stop and you walk away from it. And take breaks. Please, just a 20-minute walk. Just run up and down your garden for 5 minutes is better than nothing. But you need to be doing that, okay? And when you are walking, when you're working on something, work on just one thing. One task at a time. All this multitasking is not good for us, okay? We keep saying the blokes can't multitask. Well, maybe they've got it right here. Because if you start, I'll start an email, I'll just quickly update my Facebook, and then I'll go back to that email, and then I'll start that marketing campaign. Your brain's having to switch all the time. You're wasting valuable time. Take one thing, close off all other distractions, and focus on that one thing. You will do it far more effectively. And if that one thing is so huge, it's going to take you hours or even days, break it down into baby steps. List that item, but then sublist it. So, okay, let's say you're writing a course. You could start off with, okay, what's the theme? And then just spend 20 minutes, set a timer, 20 minutes. I've got my timer here, got all these things here to show you. Look, my little timer. And I set it for 20 minutes because then it's not scary. I don't think, oh, I've got hours of this, am I going to get a headache? 20 minutes of just creating the headings. Then some subheadings, and I do another 20 minutes of bullet points, and then later on another 20 minutes of fleshing out those bullet points, and suddenly it all starts coming together because you're not trying to cram everything in at once. So think about that, okay? And trying to get my train of thought, but have tools to help you as well with time management. There are so many things out there. There are brilliant online calendars that remind you when you've got things coming up. If you've got loads of email addresses, get them all in one place. Filter them all into one account so you can deal with them all together. You can have project management software that is really going to help you when you're working on a big project. There's customer relationship databases. You know, I use Capsule. I swear by it. It's the lifeline of my business. That and my sanity planner that I have. Everything is in there. So it prompts me when I'm going to have to contact a client again, when I'm going to make a follow-up call to a prospect. So I don't have to worry, and I've not got bits of paper everywhere. It's all there. It tells me how to do it. Accountancy software. Oh my gosh, yes, it's going to cost you a little bit, but the time, stress, energy that it's going to save you, it's worth every single penny, I promise you. If you really do have things that you just can't cope with and you've got deadlines and you're getting really stressed. Now, I know a lot of ladies say, but I haven't got enough money at the moment. But think about outsourcing. Get somebody else to do it for you. Just think what you could do with that time. Something that's like, if it's updating your website and it's going to take you 8 hours to do, and somebody else could do it in 1 hour. Isn't it worth paying them to get it done so that you can free your mind and you can move on to doing other more productive things for your business, money-making things? Yeah. And when you are blocking out your diary, I always suggest having a mop-up emergency day, and Fridays is mine. I'll finish off bits in the morning, and then in the afternoon I keep Friday afternoon clear in case I've got behind because an emergency's hit in the week, and it's just mopping everything up so I can have the weekend free. It works wonders. So those are just a few quick tips for you. Read the blog post. I'll put the link to that so you can read that if you wish, and do let me know in the comments what you think, and if you've got any tips of your own, let me know if these work for you, if you're going to try something new that you've not tried before. Speak to you again soon. Bye for now.